I'm in the Indian state of Punjab, and a protest is happening about a killing that took place on the other side of the world.
Breaking tonight, a stunning allegation. The Prime Minister accuses India of being behind the killing of a Canadian on Canadian soil.
The Narendra Modi government is being accused of assassinating a Sikh separatist on foreign soil. India says those claims are absurd.
We will fight against our government. We will get our freedom. We will win. It will be clear that Indian government has killed Hardeep Singh.
ਹਰਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਨਿੱਜਰ ਹੈਗਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਨਾ ਬੇਰਹਿਮੀ ਨਾਲ ਕਤਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਸਨ ਹੈ ਹਨਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਕ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਦਾਂ।
India says this movement, fighting for an independent state called Khalistan, is a threat to national security.
These protesters want answers. We're taking you to the heartland of this movement, considered so dangerous by the Indian government. It's now at the centre of an international murder conspiracy.
He's an intelligence man. Intelligence da banda hai. He was waiting for.
While we've been investigating how Indian authorities are treating this movement, agents have been pressuring us too.
I have to inform you that your permission was cancelled and
You need to give us a reason for why you've suddenly decided not to allow us.
the reason I can't explain you that.
Punjab in India's north is the heart of the Sikh community. It's home to the Golden Temple, the holiest site in the Sikh religion. There are around 26 million Sikhs globally, but they make up just 2% of India. Sikhism is one of the world's youngest religions, founded in Punjab over 500 years ago. Sikhs believe in one God, equality, and service to other people.
Hello, Avani. Nice to meet you.
I'm meeting the members of a group called Dal Khalsa, which wants to split from India and create its own independent Sikh nation called Khalistan. Kanwarpal Singh is one of their leaders.
So we have to clean our foot before entering into the Golden Temple. This is the most sacred place of the Sikhism.
The Modi government sees Dal Khalsa as a radical extremist organisation. Its members are heavily monitored by Indian intelligence. Even at the temple, we're being watched.
At least 6 to 8 persons from the intelligence department were accompanying us. They were just scanning us, what we are doing, what we are talking.
How do you know their intelligence?
You see them daily. Every protest, every function of Dal Khalsa they cover. They come, they take notes, they make films, and they send it to their governments. We are under scanner of India. We want Punjab to be a separate, independent country. We want to become the masters of our own destiny. We want to rule as we are a sovereign people.
The idea of Sikh independence was first raised in the 1600s to deal with persecution by the Muslim Mughal Empire. When the British left India in the 1940s, some Sikhs had hoped to gain their own nation. That didn't happen. The fight peaked in the 1980s when separatists took over the Golden Temple to demand independence. The Indian Army brutally stormed in with tanks, causing a 7-day shootout. It was called Operation Blue Star, and Indian authorities took back the temple.
You see, these are the bullet marks.
Wow. So that's actually where they were shooting.
Yeah.
Memories of that dark time permeate every corner of this temple. The government says more than 600 separatists and troops were killed in the shootout. But human rights groups estimate thousands of innocent pilgrims were caught in the crossfire.
They all sacrificed for the cause of Sikh religion and Sikh sovereignty.
Tucked away in one of the many rooms of the Golden Temple, portraits stand as tributes to the separatists who were killed. Kanwapal was just 19 at the time and knew many of these men personally. Watching the violence drove him to join the Khalistan movement.
At that point, we were angry. What government did with us, it alienated us from the government. We lost oneness with this country.
Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister at the time and ordered the storming of the temple. In a retaliation that shocked the world, 2 of her Sikh bodyguards assassinated her.
I felt proud of those 2 Sikh bodyguards. They took it as their religious obligation to carry out and to finish, or what I can say is to punish the sinner as Indira Gandhi sinned.
Indira Gandhi's assassination led to attacks on Sikhs across India. Thousands were killed. Less than a year later, in response to Operation Blue Star, Canadian authorities accused Sikh separatists of detonating a bomb on an Air India flight travelling from Montreal, killing all 329 people on board.
When states come crushing you with tanks and bullets and bombs, what else option you have other than to defend yourself and retaliate and resist? Resistance is in the Sikh nature. We never give in. We never give in. We stand against the repression and we fight and fight and fight.
For years, the movement has been stagnant, but the recent mysterious death of Sikh separatist Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Canada has revived the fight.
It was in the car park of a Sikh temple like this that Hardeep Singh Nijjar was shot dead in June last year in Vancouver. He walked out of the temple, got in his pickup truck, and police say 2 men in dark clothes and hoods shot him several times. He died then and there. At the time, it seemed like a local murder, but it's turned into a major international dispute.
By day, Hardeep was a plumber, married with 2 sons in Canada. By night, he was one of the leaders of an influential global Khalistan group, Sikhs for Justice. India has banned many of the separatist movements, so the Sikh diaspora is leading the fight. To prove their support for an independent state, they're holding unofficial referendums in Western nations. Hardeep was organising the Canadian vote.
Who killed Hardeep Singh Nijjar?
India. India wanted him back. India wanted his extradition. When India failed to get Hardeep Singh Nijjar legally, they killed him illegally.
There's been so much global attention on the life of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. I'm heading to his village in Punjab called Barsinghpura. I want to find out who he really was. The house Hardeep grew up in is still on this potato and wheat farm. Gurcharan Singh has worked for the Nijjar family and shows us around. So this is the house?
Deep Sikh Nijjar.
Faded, dusty photos from Hardeep's life are still displayed inside.
हाँ पढ़ना इत्थे बढ़ गया जन्म भी ऐसे ही करता है उसका रास्ते में कई बार मिल जाता जाना अंदर स्कूल को.
Gurcharan reveals to us that Indian police and intelligence searched this house and their village in the months leading up to Hardeep Singh Nijjar's killing.
दो चार तो होंगे ही कई बार दो गड्डियां भी आ जाती सी जब बड़ा अफसर को नाल होंगे सी कई एक गड्डी होंगी साथ ही उनके सी पेटी अंदर एक पेटी पई है चाबी है नहीं सी उधर उनके पास ही था तो उन्हें पीछे तोड़ी है तोड़ के बीच देखे की है साथ ही रखते सी जो बेड खोलना फिर भी साथ खड़ा कर लेंगे साढ़े तो कोई इल्जाम ना लगे भी कोई चीज़ गवाच गई है किधर तलाशी लेनी है कहते तलाशी बाकी ਉਹਦਾ ਘਰ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਇੱਦੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਇੱਦੇ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਆ ਵੀ ਕੱਲੀ ਕੱਲੀ ਪੇਟੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਸਭ ਕੁਛ ਬੈੱਡ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈੱਡ ਪਿਆ ਬੈੱਡ ਸਾਰੇ ਤਲਾਸ਼ੀ ਕਰ ਦੇਖੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੁਛ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀ ਆ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਨਿਲ ਹੋਇਆ ਸਾਰੇ.
Hardeep's uncle Himath still works on the family farm. He watched Hardeep grow up during the anti-Sikh violence in the late 80s and 90s.
Normal ਸੀ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਡੈਡੀ ਨਾਲ ਦੁੱਧ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ. ਹੋਰ 15-16 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਿਰਿਆਸੀ ਤੱਕ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਣਾ ਕਿਰਿਆਸੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਜਾਣਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਜਾਣਾ ਮੈਂ ਫਲਾਣੇ ਮੁਲਕ ਜਾਣਾ.
News of Hardeep's death shocked the village.
ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਫਸੋਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਬਾਰੋ ਬਾਰੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਰਹੇ उनको मारा गया उसके लड़के अपने फादरलेस हो गए ਉਹਦੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਾਰਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕੋਈ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਦਾ ਹੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ.
Hardeep's uncle says his nephew wasn't a terrorist, despite the Modi government's claims.
ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਹਰਕਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਫਿਰ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਇਹਨੇ ਜੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਤਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਉਹਦੀ ਹਰਕਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ. ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਗੋਲੀ ਮਾਰਦੀ.
In no uncertain terms, any involvement of a foreign government in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil is an unacceptable violation of our sovereignty. It is contrary to the fundamental rules by which free, open, and democratic societies conduct themselves. Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
Pankaj Saran was working in India's National Security Agency in the lead up to Nijjar's death. He's since left, but it's rare someone from that secretive department sits down with media on this issue.
I think we were all surprised in India when we watched and we heard because it was dramatic. The Indian government, I think, responded the way anyone would have expected them to. Basically, they said, look, this, we don't know what they're saying. And, this is not our policy.
India had labelled Hardeep Singh Nijjar a terrorist, accusing him of a range of crimes like meeting militant leaders in Pakistan, flying ammunition from there to India through paragliders, and plotting killings in India. Pankaj Saran says Hardeep Singh Nijjar was on their radar. India wanted him and members of his group extradited.
This was something that had been shared along with many other dossiers. We've had, I believe, almost 25 extradition requests that have been put across to the Canadians. And we have basically told them this is all the material that there is. And all that we're asking you is to return them back to India so that they can be tried as per law.
Was Hardeep Singh Nijjar a threat to India?
They threaten India's unity and territorial integrity, and therefore they strike at the foundations of the Indian state.
Pankaj Saran says protecting India's national interests is paramount. Do you think there's a scenario where Indian agents are justified in killing overseas citizens?
Theoretically speaking, if someone has to defend your country against threats which you perceive to be are of your core national interest, then all means are fair. This is the practice that has been followed since time immemorial by every nation on earth. This is nothing unique or specific to India. So at a conceptual, theoretical level, of course, every nation has the responsibility to protect and defend itself.
For months, Canada's allegations against the Indian government seemed to be isolated. Then, at the end of last year, another stunning allegation came to light. US authorities charged a man with plotting to kill a Sikh separatist in New York, saying he was acting on the orders of an Indian agent. The alleged plot failed.
I can say that this is something we take very seriously. A number of us have raised this directly with the Indian government.
Canada said this gave its claims legitimacy.
The news coming out of the United States further underscores what we've been talking about from the very beginning, which is that India needs to take this seriously.
Sikh separatists in Canada, the US and the UK have been warned by authorities in their countries that their lives are in danger. While we've been investigating this story, we've discovered that officers from Australia's intelligence agency, ASIO, have met up with Sikh separatists in Australia as well. Samar Kohli is one of the leaders of the Khalistan movement in Australia. He's been working with Hardeep Singh Nijjar's group, Sikhs for Justice.
We met at a cafeteria, and at that time they had basic questions on the referendum, what the referendum is about, whether do we feel that that there's a foreign interference, to which I said yes, and I could give examples, and I gave them a couple of examples there.
He says ASIO officers have met with him since the killing.
I think a week after the assassination, I met with ASIO again, and I told you this is going to happen, and then the question was whether we feel that threat is real in Australia. And I think that everything is possible. The way they use the terminology is we are aware of what is happening, we are monitoring everything, we know who the key figures are, and we're making sure all those key figures are safe.
When Narendra Modi met his Australian counterpart, he urged him to take action against Khalistan supporters.
प्रधानमंत्री अल्बनीज़ी ने इस संदर्भ में जो कदम उठाए हैं, मैं इसके लिए उनको धन्यवाद देता हूं। साथ ही उन्होंने मुझे एक बार फिर आश्वस्त किया है कि वो ऐसे तत्वों के विरुद्ध सख्त एक्शन लेते रहेंगे।
The Australian government has had to walk a fine line, defending the right of Sikh separatists to protest. But in the lead up to the Khalistan referendum, Hindu temples were vandalised in Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne.
मंदिरों पर हमलों की खबरें नियमित रूप से आ रही है। स्वाभाविक है कि ऐसे समाचार भारत में सभी लोगों को चिंतित करते हैं, हमारे मन को व्यथित करते हैं। हमारी इन भावनाओं और चिंताओं को
the Australian government promised to take action. Documents obtained under Freedom of Information show that Australian police in Queensland believe the graffiti may have been done by Hindu groups to frame Sikh separatists. They say similar vandalism in Victoria could have also been done by the same person. But Queensland police say there's no current admissible evidence to link any Hindu person to the crime.
They damage their own temple and then they use it as a propaganda. Sikhs have no interest in that nonsense. The word Khalistan has been turned into something so bad, we just want our freedom.
In Punjab, it's India's Republic Day, a celebration of independence from Britain. If the overseas killing was designed to put off the Khalistan movement, it looks like it's failed. Kanwarpal Singh and his Sikh separatist group are getting ready to protest.
People are being killed on foreign soils extrajudicially. They energize us. They give us enough reasons to keep our fight going.
Indian intelligence is already watching, even as the separatists travel to the march.
He's an intelligence man. He was waiting for...
Protesters gather at a local Sikh temple. The march is heavily organised. Every protester gets a sign or a black flag.
And why have you come here today?
ਅਸੀਂ ਜੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਾਲਾ ਦਿਨ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਆਏਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਏਗੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਰਾਜ ਇਹ ਦੇ ਦੇਣ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਕਰਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ
You brought your little son here to this protest. Why did you think to bring your little child as well?
ਅਸੀਂ ਸੰਘਰਸ਼ ਲੜ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਸਾਡਾ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਦੇਸ਼ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਟੇਕ ਕੇ ਬੈਠਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿੰਦਾਬਾਦ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਜਿੰਦਾਬਾਦ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਜਿੰਦਾਬਾਦ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਜਿੰਦਾਬਾਦ
Thousands are on the streets. They've stopped traffic. As the day goes on, the presence of the government's intelligence officers becomes harder to ignore.
We just left the protest and we had someone come up to us at the end who said that they were a part of India's criminal intelligence department, and they asked us questions about why we spoke to people at the protest, who we spoke to, and it's just so clear that everything to do with Khalistan is so closely monitored, even to the extent that we as journalists are being questioned about this.
It's our last day in Punjab and we're heading to the border with Pakistan, where the seeds for this movement were planted. Every day, thousands of tourists go to a public ceremony at the border. But Indian authorities approach as we arrive.
Hi. I've been talking to you on the phone?
A group of Indian officers prevent us from entering the border region.
But it's open to tourists. Why can't we just go in and film?
Filming not allowed.
But I just don't understand what's changed in the last hour. I was talking to you last week. You asked how many people are coming. I've given you all the information. Everything's organised. So I don't understand. We've come all the way here. Our crew's here. You need to give us a reason for why you've suddenly decided not to allow us.
The reason I can't explain you that I have been directed to inform you that your permission was cancelled and
We're at the India-Pakistan border. We've come here to shoot this daily ceremony. It's a public event. We were given permission by Indian authorities to do this, but as we've arrived, we've been told that we cannot do this. You can probably see over here, a police officer's come. He's told us that we are not going to go inside. It's just really bizarre. The tension has been building every day that we've been shooting this story. Earlier today, I got a call from a government official asking us questions about where we've been, about our crew. It's clear that we're being really monitored and that there's concern about the story that we're doing.
We made several requests to India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar and Narendra Modi's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, but we didn't hear back. Ajay Sani has been tracing the Khalistan movement for nearly 30 years. He says we should be looking at this in light of the upcoming election.
Now, this is very good propaganda for both sides. The Khalistanis are able to project themselves as, exaggerate their victimhood, project themselves as targets of Indian state atrocity and state excess. As far as the current Indian government is concerned, but it serves their narrative of a muscular state, a state that will, in language that has been used by the leadership, that will go into their homes and kill them. So this feeds the profile that the present regime seeks to project among its supporters and in the forthcoming election.
We are working as a lawful organization. There is no ban on us till date. Our office, 24-hour office is running. Our activities are transparent and very lawful. And whatever we are doing is an open secret. We have nothing to hide. And yes, we strongly advocate the cause of Khalistan and independent Punjab.
Are you worried for your life?
No, I'm not scared. It is better if enemy kills me. It's all up to the God. And you can ask Mr. Modi also.